part 3 of the series on Ecclesthetics, which is the suggested replacement for theology. It's the thing that we do sort of reflectively and drawing us forward. Instead of theology, we examine what's beautiful about communities of faith, talk about what's beautiful about communities of faith, have different opinions about what makes communities of faith beautiful, as opposed to knowledge about abstract concepts being the center of our reflective activity. So this is how I know that Ecclesthetics is really brilliant and true, and is that it has spiritual energy behind it. If you have particular opinions about what makes a community of faith beautiful, I think that it's, ancient and conserves and is sane, and whatever your list of things that makes your community of faith beautiful. Someone else has a different set. There's 2. I love putting up numbers too. Like, people don't know how much 2 is. Hey, 2 is this many. Let's count them. 1, 2. Can you say 2? But there's sort of 2 sort of demonic activities that happen. And use demonic in a particular meaning, which I'm not going to explain. But it doesn't mean actually, spinning heads and pea soup projectiles. So the first sort of demonic cycle is nobody around me sees the world like I do. I see very clearly what I think beautiful church is, what it would mean to be a community of faith involved in blessing the world, and what that faith would look like. And I know exactly what that beauty is like, but no one else sees it like me. And so the very thing that I love, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, edit it out, a sneeze there. The very thing that I think is going to be beautiful about a community ends up separating me from community and making me alone, and that ends up sort of creating this horrible cycle of isolation. So I have seen this demon in activity in my life and in other people's lives. And one of the most powerful things that we can do is to sort of sit around and talk to each other and discover that we are not alone. And the thing that you think is beautiful is not crazy or insane, and it's a perfectly reasonable thing to wish that churches didn't do that thing which you think is ugly and spent more time doing this thing. I think ugly things are over here today, and beautiful things are over here. So that's perfectly natural, but we have to sort of break the demonic power of the isolation of that. So the other demonic activity is once there's more than one of you, maybe there's 3 or 4 of you gathered, who no longer are alone but together, then the very next thing you do is you engage in the demonic activity of imagining if only everyone in the whole world saw beauty in the church like we did, then all problems would, hunger, poverty, disease, Republicans, Democrats, all the big problems in the world will all just vanish, and we live in a new age of harmony. And that's a demonic activity, because it closes off your community, and so it's also isolating. Now, instead of isolating an individual like the first demonic activity does, it isolates your community from it. So I'd like to propose that the fact that there's a demonic activity involved in this spiritual discipline of Ecclesthetics proves that it's not just a theory, that it's real, because there are demons. So this is actually going to wrap up all the times in the history of human thought that Ecclesthetics is going to be discussed, because really it was just a little, and I don't really think there's going to be a professor of Ecclestheticology at any school anytime soon, but it was fun to do with the webcam, and we get to finish out here by the fountain, which is a good thing. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll do something even funner next time on the fabulous, world-renowned, watched by my mother and 2 other people, Michael Tony podcast. And